Hello guys, this is Zach Weaver bringing you Off the Air, a media news show, and I am going to get into a little bit more about the Fox-Disney deal, how it affects jobs for the two companies, a little bit of details from response from Rupert Murdoch himself. I'm going to talk about Disney's plans for streaming and how it affects Comcast and how Comcast is kind of tied into this whole situation. First things first, I want to tell you a little bit of something that was said by a man named Rich Greenfeld from BTIG. He estimates that about 5,000 to 10,000 jobs are going to disappear due to the Disney-Fox merger. And you can take a guess whether it's going to be Disney jobs or Fox jobs. Probably going to be mostly Fox jobs lost. Disney right now has about 195,000 employees. Fox has 22,000. But don't worry, because Rupert Murdoch assures us. He says we are deeply committed to finding opportunities for our people, as well as ensuring anyone impacted is well taken care of. So, for all you who work for Fox, don't worry, Rupert Murdoch's got you covered. He's going to make sure that you can sleep easy while him and his family get their 25% stake in Disney now through this merger, this all stock offer. So how Disney's going to take this going forward. First things first, the content that's on Netflix now, it's going to dwindle and dry up. Disney's not going to let it continue with their ambitions for a Disney branded streaming service. By 2019 is when they hope to do it. They don't want Netflix to be holding on to their content, and so the last of their content is pretty much going to dry up by 2019, and new content, new movies such as Toy Story 4 and Frozen 2. Those are two that I've heard that are in the works, and they likely will not. There's almost no chance that they're going to be on Netflix. They're going to be on this new Disney service for their own content. Again, it's Disney's content, which expanded dramatically, and soon it's going to be Disney's service as well. In no small part by their acquisition of Hulu's 30% stake Fox's 30% stake of Hulu, bringing Disney's total to 60%. So what does that mean for sports? Disney owns ESPN. They're going to be bringing an ESPN branded live streaming service. That's their intent by 2018. So by next fall, we could be watching Disney's. We'll be watching NCAA football coming to you through ESPN, brought to you by Disney. So, and then Disney's streaming service again. They want to have a Disney branded streaming service, direct to consumer by 2019, with the last of their content on Netflix expiring in 2019. Still not too sure what they're going to be doing with Hulu. Given that they have the majority share of Hulu, they can be taking bold leaps forward even before they have their own. They're probably going to disband Hulu at some point. There's no reason for them to have a Disney branded streaming service as well as Hulu. They might run it into the ground. Who knows? It's all speculation with Hulu so far, but Disney wants to have their own. They want their own streaming service, and they want it to be by Disney for Disney. That's the way they work, and so Comcast plays into this pretty severely. Comcast, and it slipped under the radar for me. I did not realize before, but Comcast they wanted Fox too. They approached Fox with a deal as well, but Fox was not nearly as interested in Comcast for a couple of reasons. Comcast's stocks were not as appealing to Murdoch and his family as Disney stocks. And then Comcast has a history of struggling to get their mergers through. They, on a couple of occasions, failed to reach the goal line or even get the attention they needed. And interestingly enough, none other than Disney was on Comcast's radar for purchase. Comcast wanted to buy Disney. This was back in 2004. In 2004, Michael Eisner was approached for Comcast to purchase Disney, and he didn't want a part of it, but he didn't last there much longer. By 2005, Bob Iger took over, and and since then Disney's kept growing and growing and growing. While Comcast in 2011 they purchased NBC Universal, and that's done well for them. But they failed to, in 2014, they failed to get, they didn't get Time Warner. They wanted Time Warner in 2014. Now AT&T's taking it further. The thing with Comcast is they got a threat by the Department of Justice. The Department of Justice was going to take them to court over it. And Comcast backed down in 2014. Now AT&T is going to, they're going to court over it with Time Warner now, but they've taken it a step further than Comcast was willing to do, and it may or may not pay off depending on how that shakes out. Comcast they're going to be competing over sports as well as regular content as well. They've got Comcast has NBC, CN, and they've got an Olympics contract that runs until 2032. Disney can't really compete with them on the Olympics, at least not for another 15 years. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. I mean, the Olympics hasn't been. It's been tough for the Olympics to even find places to host it. It's been a struggle for them. The Olympics, of course, I mean, it's still very popular, but I don't know. It's changed a little bit. But anyway, so Comcast, they've got competition in sports, and they've got competition in regular entertainment, and Disney coming in with all this streaming content, promising or hoping to have their own branded content streaming in 2019, their own sports content streaming through ESPN in 2018, just next year. So Comcast has a lot going against them, but I mean, it's crazy to think just 13 years ago, Comcast was the one who was about to, they wanted to purchase Disney. I can't say that they were close because it didn't sound like Michael Eisner was that interested, but yeah, Comcast, it's been a story of hit or miss and a lot of attention from the Department of Justice. They managed to get NBC Universal in 2011, but they failed on 3 other attempts. They failed in 2004 with Disney. They failed in 2014 with Time Warner. So I guess 2 other attempts in recent years. So anyway, Comcast, they're going to be a big player in this for in the foreseeable future, but Disney wins this round. All right, guys, we'll keep in touch.